What's up YouTube, Slim here, and in today's Arc Raiders video, I want to talk about keybinds and why changing them has made me a better player. So when it comes to keybinds in Arc Raiders, there's 6 keybinds that I think are extremely crucial to your movement and fluidity on the map. So the first keybind I want to talk about here is shoulder swapping. By default, this is bound to X on your keyboard. Obviously I'm pressing X and nothing is happening because I have changed that keybind. In any competitive shooter game, whether it's third person, first person, doesn't matter. Typically in these games, you want to limit how far and how often you are moving your fingers away from the primary movement keys, WASD. For example here, if I leave the shoulder swap keybind to X, I have to stop my forward movement in order to hit this key. You know, even if it's just a fraction of a second to do that, it just feels clunky and it stops my forward progress towards the other player. If there's one keybind that I would absolutely recommend that you change, it is the shoulder swap key, and you should bind that to your mouse button. And what that allows me to do is always move forward towards the object or the player that I'm after, and I can shoulder swap as I'm transitioning around corners. You know, if I'm trying to hit a right hand peek on somebody inside here, I can easily do that. If, you know, for some reason I'm trying to peek from behind this car, I can left hand swap, and I'm always able to move, and it just doesn't feel like I'm hesitating at all when I'm swapping shoulders, which feels really, really fluid and feels great for mobility. Other keybind I want to talk about here is the unarm or holstering key. By default, this is bound to H, and you can't even see that on the overlay. This motion just doesn't feel very good. So I rebound that to Z. I want to damage this guy. I want to swap weapons. I hit Z. I can reposition here. The next keybind I want to talk about is dodge rolling. So dodge rolling is a huge PvP mechanic in this game, and by default, that is set to left alt. And this to me just doesn't feel, again, just doesn't feel great. Trying to what I would call crunch my thumb up underneath my hand as I'm pressing the other keys, it doesn't feel comfortable to me. The Pro Superlight 2 has 2 mouse buttons on the side, so my dodge roll is bound to a mouse button. The other advantage to changing your dodge roll keybind is you will be able to dodge roll in any direction almost instantly, or I guess instantly. Essentially, whenever you have dodge roll on your mouse button, I can slide and then dodge roll in the direction that I want to go to. So this is really beneficial for PvP engagements. If I'm sliding towards somebody and I want to get to cover, I can instantly dodge roll in any direction. And you cannot do that with the default keybind. Let's say this guy shoots at me, he's got me weak. I can engage with him and then dodge roll into cover. Other keybind I want to touch on is the melee weapon key. By default, that is 3. I don't love it on 3, and I rebound the 3 key anyways, which we'll get to in a moment. 3 is just awkward for me for the melee. I'm used to hitting 1 for my melee weapon, and what I found with that bound to 3 is that I would hit 1 trying to pull out my pickaxe and would pull out my primary weapon with the default keybind. So changing that over to 1 for me just feels natural. And then that takes us to the final 2 keybinds, primary weapon 1 and 2. So the thought process there is an AR or sniper rifle that I'm going to initially tag a player with from distance to damage. And then when I decide to push up, I can swap to my secondary, so I can continue that push after I do damage. There's no hesitation there. I'm not losing forward momentum. If you enjoyed the video or found any of these keybinds helpful, give me a thumbs up. Say what's up in the comments down below. Consider subscribing if you're new around here for more Arc Raiders content in the future. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.